Hi traders and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which is Thursday the 3rd of March. So we said that if the FTSE could get a sustained break back above 74.83 to 93, then it opened up moves higher. However, we said if we saw downside momentum and gained acceptance below 74.03 to 74.12, then that could open up a move towards support 73.60 to 73.74 and then 73.20 to 73.32. Excuse me, and then we said if we continue to see weakness and gain acceptance below 72.88 to 7300, then we could see another move towards a higher time frame support at 71.75 to 71.85. So let's go and see how the markets have played out today. Okay, so you can see we opened up here around this 74.50 to 74.62 area, but we fouled there. We didn't even get up to that resistance at 74.83 to 74.98. We then said that we wanted to see some momentum and acceptance below 74.03 to 74.12, this zone here, to see the move towards 73.60 and then 73.20 to 73.32. So you can see here we came down and we used this 74.03 area as support and pushed higher. Came back down, we got some action below, we didn't accept below here, pushed back higher again, and then we got our acceptance below here. Excuse me. And that was a catalyst down, and we saw the move to this 73.60 to 73.74 area. Again, this held it as support for a little bit, but then as the US market opened, the US session come in, we saw that push down into the support area at 73.20 to 73.32. So that was the first objective, first couple of objectives hit after we got that breakdown below the 74.03 to 74.12 zone. We then continued lower. We pushed. This was an impulsive move. It was holding the 8 moving average. We started to get quite aggressive and quite a strong trend. We then have now seen the acceptance below. We got this really strong impulsive candle to get that acceptance below the 72.88 to 7300 zone, and you can see we are now well on the way to hit that support area at 71.75 to 85. So the market has behaved really well. There's the zones have acted really well. The price action has all been supportive of the analysis this morning. So now let's go and take a look at the DAX. So we said the DAX remained negative on the higher time frames, but it was becoming a little bit extended. So we said we needed acceptance back above 14.090 to 14.115 to see a move towards resistance. However, we should be aware of false breaks in the area. We said if 14.090 to 14.115 held as resistance, we had support at 675 to 710, but breaks below there could see moves towards higher time frame support at 13.425 to 450. So let's go and have a look at today's action. So for those of you that are on my Keyzone service and signed up to the Keyzone service and have access to my Discord channel, you can see that at 10 past 8 this morning, I actually adjusted a couple of my zones slightly. I felt that a couple of the zones were wrong, so I put out some minor adjustments to 13.920 to 13.945, 13.995 to 14.020, and 14.075 to 14.110, just because on reflection the price action seemed to have these zones as more relevant. So that adjusted my morning report slightly. So now let's go and have a look and see what happened with the action for the DAX today. So as you can see, we didn't quite, with this readjusted zone at 14.075, we didn't quite get that high before we saw this really strong impulsive move off, and we then started holding this zone as resistance, which was then the catalyst for the next move down. Now, we did actually attempt to short in this area, but it didn't quite reach our full target. We was targeting down towards this higher time frame zone here. We did risk manage it along the way, so there was no real harm done there. We then got the push up again, back up towards that zone of resistance. However, again, we didn't quite make it, but there was something that was very interesting. If you put a line there, that was a previous cash days high. That was where the highest point traded on the cash up to that point. Notice how we just took that out before the reversal. It's that iconic liquidity grab that we talk about all the time in these in these sessions. So it pushed up impulsively, just took out that liquidity before then beginning the sell-off. And you can see this sell-off was extremely impulsive. As soon as we started breaking through these support zones, we was holding the 8 moving average the whole way down. We did have a brief pause at this 785 to 810 area, which we had as a key support area. But now we have continued, and we have found and reached that support area down at 675 to 710. So it'll be interesting to see how the market reacts to this zone here. So there was this signal here that just above the previous cash highs. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite from one of our zones. But you can see again that the market has, a bit like the FTSE, has respected the zones fairly well today and done what we expected. But the zones on the DAX are a little bit choppier at the moment, certainly in this area, and it has certainly proved so in today's action. So I hope you found this useful, and I'll speak to you again over the weekend. Have a good one.